were family persons. They had a family. So family is not your bondage. Your bondage is your mind. Normally, it is said that this world is the cause of my suffering, or this world is what binds me and doesn't allow me to realize my real self, or to have the taste of that internal freedom, that internal bliss, that peace. Actually, it is not so. That's a very wrong conception which normally everyone have. As an average, or if you go out and if you ask, if you want to live in this society, or if you want to have a family, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, and there are so many bindings and all these things, and so where is the time to to think for all these things, God and self, and where is the time? I am in so much bondage, one after another. Actually, family is not the cause of my suffering. My attachment to my family is the cause of my suffering, is the cause of my bondage. I may have a family. It is not any impediment in realizing Brahman. The impediment is the attachment to my family, which doesn't allow me to realize Brahman. If you see the Upanishads, you will see that those who had this realization and those who have spoken of Brahman, or those who have cultivated this knowledge, this precious and invaluable knowledge, and who has gifted unto this world this beautiful knowledge of the self, they all had a family. They were family persons. This subject was the subject of the kings. Raj Vidya. Raj means the king. It was the knowledge of the kings. It was discussed in the courts of the kings. All the names that you find in the Upanishads, they were family persons. They had a family. So family is not your bondage. Your bondage is your mind, which gets attached to your family. For example, you come here, you sit in the prayer hall, you come to Bhagwan and sit quietly, and you have taken leave from your office, and your family has given you leave for 10 days, 15 days, you go and you can be with yourself and you can stick to your path, you are free for these 15 days. But what happens when you come here? Or normally what people do? They go there physically, but their mind is back in the family, back in the office. But the office gave him leave. The family gave him time for his own. So it's not the office, it's not the family, it's not something else which binds you down. It is not something else which is an impediment or hindrance in the path of realization of the self. It is actually the mind which is attached to the family, which is attached to the office, which is attached to all other things, which binds me down and prevents me to realize myself. So family is not the bondage. My attachment to the family is my bondage. What does that mean? I will not have any attachment. I will not think for my family. No, it's not that. You think. You do what needs to be done. But don't be attached. There is a very nice saying of Sri Ramakrishna that as far as the boat is on the water, there is no harm. It's fine. But if the water begins to come on the boat, then it is a problem. It is a real problem. So one can be in a family. One can have a family life. Bhagwan is a glaring example of this. That one can lead a family life and at the same time be spiritual in the real sense of the term. There is no harm in it. But yes, the problem is when the family comes into the mind. When the water comes up on the boat, then that is a problem. If the boat is on the water, no problem. So you don't have to get rid of your family. You don't have to get rid of your wife or husband or children. Nothing. No. And Swami Vivekananda was, asked by one of his disciples who was married and he led a family life, that, Master, what shall I do? Because I am already married and I have come to you after my marriage. So what to do with my family? So Swami Vivekananda gave a very beautiful reply that when you have a family, you have a wife and children, does it mean that you have to throw them out? No. See them as God. See them as Brahman. Try to feel Brahman in them. So it's just a change in my mind, nothing else. As my thoughts change, my world changes. That is the science. So if we can change our thoughts, if we can change our view of seeing the things, this very world which is so horrible, which is ready to crush me, and I'm terrified and I'm scared, I will see that this world is a wonderful place to live in. And I will say in the words of the rishis, of the Upanishads, that Om Madhu Vata Ritayate Madhuksha. Everything is beautiful. Everything is bliss. Everything is so beautiful and blissful. It depends upon my seeing the things, how I see, how I feel.